am Victoria Nicole. I am the host of The Confessional Room. We are, of course, this is our season 2 episode. I don't know, episode something at this point. I think it's like 8 or 9. And I have one of my longtime friends, Antwanette, in the room with me today.
Yes, thank you for that invite.
Antoinette and I have been friends since Fairfield?
Yeah, we met in Fairfield.
We met at Fairfield when they had the suites over there in the mall.
Throwback.
So that's what 2014.
Yes.
I remember the beginning of 2014. We were now in 2025, entering 2026. So what is that? Okay. So that's divided by 3. Add your 2 pinky toes. I teach English.
Oh damn.
Oh my gosh. So that is we're at 4 minus 4. 11 years.
I was about to say over 10.
11. That is 11 years that she and I have been friends. We went from from Fairfield. So we like F's. We went from Fairfield to Forestdale. Then we separated, but we've never lost contact.
Still came back.
Even though, life has happened, we find a way to always make it back to each other. And I think that's what friendship really is. You do not have to talk every day, but you do have to make those connections.
But our kids, when I come back, or you come back, it's just like, I just talked to you last week. So.
Absolutely. That's how you know the friendship is real. Like, when you can just pick up as if nothing ever happened, no time has passed, none of that. And so that's where Antwanette and I have met. Her daddy is
Love her.
loves me down, and my kid. I love daddy. Shout out to daddy. But yeah, that's kind of how. And so, because I know some of her story, I thought that she would be a great guest to have in the room. So, Antwanette, go ahead and tell people a little bit about yourself.
Well, hello. First, I want to say I'm Antwanette. Trimble. I like to go by Net, even professionally. I tell people call me Net because then we have to go into the spelling. That's a whole nother episode. I met Victoria, like she said, as a boutique owner. We were both for sharing a sweet space in Fairfield. But we moved out and got a store, and we invited her over. Everything was good. I always loved her style. Even though I'm talking about me, I've always liked her style and her spirit. So like she said, we're always going to be connected. I'm the mother of 3 boys. Semi-caregiver for my father. Even though he does not stay with me, he calls me every morning and every evening to tell me what he wants me to do. So that's why she brought him up, because he's a part of me in my journey. I used to sell clothes as well. I miss it. I want to come back, but right now I'm taking a break in the corporate world. I've been there for like 3 years or more. It's a bit of a transition daily, but I'm just finding my way out. So, that's about it.
Let me say something about the boutique world. The boutique world will take you in, pull you out.
Honey,
take you in, pull you out. Like, I just ordered some clothes today. Why did I do that? I only did it because...
Black Friday.
Not Black Friday. It has something to do with it because I don't like to run sales. My clientele doesn't like to shop on the sale unless it's my annual birthday sale. Okay. Other than that, they don't like a sale. A girlfriend of mine, she's having a pop-up shop every weekend in December over in Bessemer. And so I'm like, she invited me out, and so I gotta go take something. And so I'm like, I'll just split the money, make it back then. But it is like a love-hate relationship. I mean, after doing it for 11 years and seeing how everything is transitioning online, it's just a lot. And then I like being customer service driven, but at the end of the day, them customers they be driving me crazy.
Yeah, that's the thing. My part of it is the vendor I used to have spoiled me. I can literally show him a picture of what I like or want for my customers, and he will find it. He's even telling me with the Shein and Fashion Nova vibe now, like, he as a China vendor has a hard time matching the price, like selling it. Like, he basically got to sell it for little of nothing to make his money back, but then he has the shipping, the tariffs, and everything. So it doesn't balance out for him. We check on me like every 6 months, say, hey, you still not coming? You come back? I'm like, I'm trying. If you send me something I can worth buying it, I want somebody to stop you, like your pieces. I've seen your pieces out on some people, and I know that was you. Like, I want to be like that. Like, we have two different styles, but I want people to be like, hey, where did you get that? I want that. So if I can't sell that or offer you that, I'm not gonna sell you just anything.
I like how you said that, even though we're not even getting into the episode yet.
Well, I'm sorry. We all went all the way over. I'm sorry.
I like how you said that though, because people don't understand, like, Fashion Nova and Shein. I posted something in my story the other day about a jumpsuit that I wanted to get, and then the girl who used to buy for me or buys for me whenever I do drop something, she was like, I got this in my Shein cart. And I'm like, ugh, like, but what is the quality going to be? Shein does not hit the same when you buy it and it's real denim opposed to other denim. So, anyways, it's neither here nor there.
Sorry.
So, that's okay. With that being said, so we just talked about your father. We talked about business. We talked about you going from entrepreneurship back into corporate America. So that's a lot to carry on. And you have 3 kids. You have one is graduated, and then one is going into high school. Did I got that right?
Well, no, one has graduated on his way to college. He's on a trade. And I have one in middle school who is already getting scholarship offers, but he wants to do music. He doesn't even want to go take his offers now, and he makes straight A's. Messiah.
Should have known.
He also wrote a business proposal to me and his dad this summer before he got to school, saying he found some law or something that we can sign where he can go emancipate himself from us, and he can go out and, be his own person. He don't want to finish school. They don't do much. He knows everything, whatever. I'm like, son,
emancipation. Yeah, that's
please get your education. Their music will be there. He's like, we're holding him back. He can be on the road. I'm like, music will always be there. Just enjoy the experience. Enjoy. I know you think you know it all right now, but graduate at least. Then you can figure it out. I won't help. I won't hold you back. I won't say nothing. But I'm like, oh. Then I have the baby boy who's 13. I don't know if you have kids at 13, but those middle school kids.
No, if you book.
It's a battle between, like, look if you book and never would have made it on several days because he's a good child, but he's battling, trying to find himself, trying to be his own person, but also I want to be cool. I want to make everybody laugh. I want to play basketball. I'm that guy. He says he's that guy. So he already has a little of his mama in him as far as knowing everybody. Every time, you're Elijah Mama. So it's just hard raising 3 boys in this day and age.
I can just imagine. I remember baby boy. Baby. It was once upon a time I was going to take a charge for you, friend. The way that little thing mouth used to be set up.
And look, he done got better. Like, he's got so much better. And that's another thing with my kids. I tried to, my parents wasn't perfect, but they set me up, in a good parenting style because my parents, some people, I know this kind of off subject, but some people never got a hug from their parent. Mm-hmm. Like their mother never hugged them ever. Mm-hmm. Or they never got a hug or even a how you doing, are you okay? Like, nope, their mom never asked them that. With my kids, I'm very vocal. We're very talkative. I have a texter, I have a letter writer, and I have someone that'll just call me, hey, money talking. So I'm glad that they're open with me because they've helped me more than they know by being so open because at one point about 5 years ago, maybe 6, I was questioning who taught me how to be a mama because what I'm doing ain't working. Like, it's just something every day. I got this going on, that going on, but you still got to be a mama. Whatever we have going on, we still got to be a mama. So I was just like all over the place. But my kids, we have grown together, like literally. So baby boy, and that's a part of me talking to him. I have to learn when he acts out, he's acting out for a reason. And then if you get him by himself, and I want to come in his school, they have like a counselor or whatever where if he's having a bad day, he can just get up and go to the teacher and say, hey, I need to go see such. And they allow him after class for an hour or 2, whatever, to go talk to the counselor, get off his chest, and then come into class, and he's better. So I'm glad he don't just hold everything in and act out as much as he used to because all of that was for a reason.
I think that is so important, and even though we don't sound like we're going in the direction,
but
we did,
right.
we did. It is hard this day and age, especially when we know better, we do better. And I'm so glad that you even mentioned that you know the different personalities of your children, because we cannot parent. I only got one, but I got a girl.
You did good.
But here's the thing. She has taken me through that.
That's your twin, though.
Girl, what we doing, twin? No, that girl has. She has been my love bug. She has been the reason why I was gonna go to jail. Her mouth fly. I love her. All that, I love her in the same. But like you said, she helped me grow.
Right.
No, and I tell people,
and I love y'all relationship always.
Yeah, but baby, if y'all knew what we have gone through to get to this place. But I say all that to say two things. One about the mental health, and then the other one about just communicating. Who taught us how to be a parent? Like we as parents who are young, and I know some of y'all are like, well, y'all didn't have a teenage pregnancy, but we have children. We have children in our 20s.
Mm-hmm.
We were still kids when we decided.
Our own thing.
Correct. We still try to balance being outside and knowing that we gotta go
right.
and be with these children. And so we had to learn how to be a parent while becoming an adult,
right.
and that is a lot. Especially when I know for you, you lost your mom very young.
I gotta say, then add on top of that, being a caregiver. As soon as I graduated, I had 2 years by myself, and then I had to automatically become a caregiver at 19.
See, and people that's a lot to carry on. And then you have your caregiver, then you turn around, you have boys, and your boys only a few years apart. Like, that is a lot. And nobody, I tell people who are my friends on Facebook, and they'll tell you, whenever I see one of my friends on Facebook have a baby, I always tell them working to the best hood. Mm-hmm. And remember to give, because it's the best hood. Being a parent is a gift and an honor.
Right.
A headache and a pain in the butt. However, at the same time, I tell them, remember to give yourself grace.
Right.
I don't give a flying flip-flop, woolly tooty, whatever the hell you want to call it, what book you read. Each child is different, and those books are a synopsis of how to parent based off experience. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so there's no...
And nobody gonna tell you that. You just have to... You can try. They can try. Hey, I did this with Joseph, or Timmy did this, or... But you just gotta, this day and time, you gotta go with your own pace and learn as you go, because you'll be messed up.
It's really an on-the-job training.
It really is. I had to learn as I go. No pay either.
No pay, but you always gotta pay them.
Right.
And so I also like that you said that your son, I love the mental health component that a lot of schools are adapting.
Need it.
Because I believe if we had somebody to talk to when we were young, maybe some of the things or the situations that we got ourselves into, right, we may not have gotten into. We'll never know. Right. You know what I mean? And so being a strong woman in 2025 opposed to, let's talk about Net at 19. Like, what was she going through to tell her that she had to put this cape on and fly for everybody?
Well, actually, I grew up from a strong parent in a household with, my mom was a caregiver. So I remember growing up, it was just like self-taught. Like, I knew I had to do it because I used to go to my mom's house. We had to go. Mom was the only sister not married out of 5. So because she wasn't married, they chose her to do nights because her husband was gonna miss her. She don't have a husband. So sisters would pick days where they didn't want to put my granddad in a nursing home. So they would pay a sitter and on some days, but my mom, she had to do certain nights, like say Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I didn't stay at home. I knew when I got out, I already had my bag packed in the car. When Mama get us, we going to Hardee's, get us some chicken. We going to Granddaddy's house and spend the night, and she gonna be caring for him all through the night, and then she'll fall asleep when he fall asleep. And so I grew up seeing that. Like, I go get him water, go get his 9 o'clock pill, whatever. So I grew up being a caregiver without being one, like, a real, hands-on. But so when my mom got sick, it was no question for me. Like, they tried to hide it from me because they knew I was going to quit school. Actually, my first semester in going to college, she was well because she was able to get us in school. She traveled down there every Sunday. But the first 2 months, she did that. But the third month, which was coming close to Thanksgiving, she did not be as hands-on. She just, like, stopped calling as much. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, this. So, okay, Mom. So, she started out good. We was seeing her a lot. She'll just pop up on Sundays. I knew my mom was coming, take me to Walmart. They thought I had a lot of money. My mom didn't have a lot of money. She just saved her money because she wanted us to go to college. But anyway, I called her one day, and everybody kept answering the phone saying, oh, let me see if she's here. And I'm like, why you gotta see if she's here? And they didn't want to tell me that week before she had a car accident with her friend on the way to work and had a diabetic episode. That was her first diabetic episode. So they hid it from me. So finally, I called my auntie and I was like, every time I call my mama, they saying she busy or whatever. I was like, what's going on? It was like, oh, well, she just be tired and I'm gonna let you talk to her. Let me, she in the shop. Like, they'll make up an excuse. So anyway, Thanksgiving, I was like, I'm coming home for Thanksgiving. It was like, no, you need to go home, stay, whatever. It was like, you can go to your dad. And I was like, no, I'm coming to my mama. It's Thanksgiving. So, fast forward, we came home, but it was real quick. We didn't come home all the days to like really put my hands on her and see like what's going on. So they was like, well, I don't want to hide it. I just want to let you know the truth. I was like, I'm tired of feel like I'm lying to y'all. And I was like, what happened? She was like, I had a diabetic episode. I found I got diabetes. And I was like, I was like, what you mean? She was like, well, they said my sugar was so high, I almost fell out. Oh, no, she did fall out while the girl was driving. And she pulled over and called the paramedics and stuff. And I was like, paramedics? You must call us the day you had it. She was like, no, I didn't want y'all to leave school. I was like, okay, mom. So fast forward, we came home. She was like, you got to go back to school. I was like, I'm not going back. You see, I'm going to go to the doctor with you. She was like, you got to go to school. So I went to school. December come, we packing up whatever. My dad come. He by himself. Normally my mom and my dad come. They wasn't together, but they always come together. And I was like, what's going on? They was like, oh, your mama sent me whatever, just get what you need till you come back in January. I was like, okay, that's fine. So I came home. My mom was hiding her, she had like some kind of jacket on. She was hiding her, when you have like diabetic episode, by this time she had a stroke. So she was hiding one side of her hand. And I was like, what's wrong with mama? She acting different. She was like, ain't that wrong? She hid it from her sister too. She didn't show nobody one of her arms had got like that. So I was like, something going on with her. Like, she acting too different. So they was like, ain't that wrong? Just whatever. I was like, okay. So I was like, well, let's go to Quincy. Quincy or Ryan? I think it was Quincy. Anyway, I was like, let's go there or let's go to West Hill Mall to shop. But then West Hill Mall was a mall, like extra shopping.
I've never known that.
It was on actual mall. I was excited to go. So I was like, we can go to the mall or whatever. And then went and I like, let me out in front. And then, no, what happened was went to Ep8 first. And she tried to pay late twice. She kept saying, I didn't pay you. And she said, ma'am, you already paid me. You don't pay again. Like, you paid when you first walked in. I was like, oh, I should pay like twice. That's her having an episode in my face. I'm not knowing it. So I was like, okay. So we found the car and we was like, let's go to the mall. She dropped me off in front of the mall. So I never saw where she parked it. Even though West Hill Mall is that big, not that big, if you don't know where somebody parked, you're going to be pissed. So we get out the mall and she was just looking like a deer in headlights. She was having a stroke then, but again, I don't know. This the Christmas Eve. So I'm like, whatever, what's going on? So she was like, I parked the car right there. And I was like, where's right there? So I got the car and I was like, you only had an alarm thing for it to set off. So I was a big girl back then too. I ain't want to walk in the park for me, like going down everything looking for that car. I was mad. I had an attitude, like, why am I doing this? I was so mad, but I can't get mad because she's your mother. You can't yell at your mother. You can't get mad. You just be like, picture your teenager getting mad at you because you don't know. You're like, what you mean you don't know the car? And not thinking about nothing with help. So finally, about 30 minutes later, I found the car. I got the car, brought it to her. I got an attitude. So she was like, we need gas. I was like, how did you not let the car get this low? We need gas. So I got an attitude. I ain't getting out the car. I ain't helping you pump gas. I ain't doing nothing. I'm being real, like, low. I'm just teenager. And now she asked me questions like, I'm still mad because I just walked the whole parking lot. So we go to the gas station and people in the line is like behind my mom so long. I'm like, what's going on? I went down, the man was like, she keeps trying to pay me twice. She's already paid for her gas. I keep telling her and she keep paying with something else. And I said, Mama, I was like, Mom, just give me your money. I'll pay him. So like I was paying the man and I got gas. I was like, why you keep doing it? And I'm still like, why you keep trying to pay people twice? We ain't got no money like that when you won the lottery. So, like, I'm really like, I'm on like 10 now. I got an attitude. I'm tired. I'm cold. We wait. You pumping gas. You done paid the lady twice. Like, you giving away money we don't have. So I went to my aunt's house and I was like, I'll just see you in the morning. I'm finna go to my dad's house. Love to run to your dad's house when your mama, your mama going to it. So the next day, my aunt was like, your mom, she ain't woke up. I was like, what you mean she woke up? Like, she don't want to, she real sluggish. I was like, what you mean she don't want to wake up? Wake her up, tell her to put on her clothes, like, come meet us or whatever for dinner. So we went to dinner. Anyway, she actually going through a stroke then. She hid it from everybody. But once I took her coat out her hand, we saw her hand. And we was like, what's wrong with your hand? Why your hand is like just limp. So limp? And she was like, nothing. And I was like, something wrong with mom. And I said, we need to go to the hospital. And they was like, what you think? And I said, we just need to go. I don't know what's wrong with her. So I started telling them what happened. I said, she paid the lady twice. She did it. They was like, she done had a stroke. Everybody said it one time. This was before we said prayer for dinner. Nobody ate. We got my mama, we was in Fairfield. We got her to the paramedic thing. I mean, the firehouse on the corner. They was like, yeah, take her to the emergency room. Princeton Hospital. It should be called Antwanette Linda's Care by now. Took her there. They was like, oh, well, his sugar is this. Like, we can just give her a shot or whatever. You gonna take her blood pressure, you gonna take her up for MRI, you gonna do whatever. I already get used to it because I used to hear them talk about my granddad. I'm asking the doctors, what else I gonna do? Oh, she hasn't had a stroke. She's no, nothing like that. She can go back home. I'm not going to take her back home. You gonna keep her? It was like, no, we can't keep her against our will. She needs to go back home. So anyway, that was that mom had her first stroke. They sent her home. She was pitiful that whole Saturday, Sunday, Monday. They said make a doctor's. They always say you make a real doctor's appointment with your own doctor. So we got in Princeton. She was in that appointment 5 minutes, and he said we're admitting her. She had a stroke. And I said, if someone happened to my mama, I would have lost it. But that's when I first knew. I said, if any doctor, I used to think I would do healthy, y'all. I used to Google everything. Like, I used to go, like, if we had the chat GP, whatever back then, I would have, she just did this, whatever. But I would have been, like, telling all the symptoms. Like, I didn't play about my mom, but that was my first time experiencing her getting sick in front of me. I can't go back to school like that. So I left school, went and got my stuff. Fast forward, I moved. I was staying with my stepmom, but it was hard for me because I couldn't check on her. Like, checking on somebody on the phone and being there is two different things. So my mom was staying there, we known her, but my auntie was taking her to her appointments. But I felt bad because I'm like, I'm her daughter. I need to be doing this. So I was just like, I'm gonna take care of mom. I don't even want to. They was like, you can go to law school, whatever. I went to law school about a good 6 months. Got out of that because I wasn't trusting nobody to be with her while I was at school, and my head went there. So that's when I became a caregiver. And people always ask, how did you still go? I still don't know to this day. How did I still go out? How did I still have a life? It was just, I don't know.
So let's speed up to now. So how do you think that affected you? After she transitioned, How did that affect you just in life? Like with your own children and dating? Because I know that's a lot to take on at 19. Karen, we know that we should be the ones that take care of our parents. You take twice a baby, once an adult. And so how did that affect you as, when she transitioned into your adulthood? You have 3 boys now. How did that strongness that you feel like you had to have start to play or played, or maybe it didn't, into your adulthood?
Well, I would say on the other half of it, and as far as dating and being a mom or whatever, anybody dated, they had to respect the fact that I had my mom, because she ended up getting dementia, so she would make noises, she would talk out, she would say something that wouldn't make sense to a normal person. So if you couldn't deal with that, or you could be around me like, what's going on or whatever, then I wouldn't want you around me anyway. So I met someone before she passed that allowed me to, like, I allowed them to be there for me, actually. So that was my good step out into figuring my part of it out, because I'm trying to grieve, but I got 3 kids. I mean, I had 2 at the time because I ended up getting pregnant with Elijah after she passed. So I was trying to grieve and being a mom and all that. So I just always felt like I had to put on my strong hat. Like, I mean, who I'm going to complain to, I mean, I may have a friend. I had friends that always been there for me. Like, my best friend, her mom died. Like, our moms both died within 4 months of each other. So that's our little bond thing. We're both twins. Our mom died, like, close together.
Who a twin?
Punkin.
Who's your twin to, girl? I never knew Punkin was a twin.
You never knew that.
Never knew that crazy girl was a twin.
Her brother is, but you know why? Because he stayed in Huntsville.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's our little twin bond thing, like with the mothers and stuff. So I was like,
oh, y'all fraternal twins too.
Boys, yep.
Punkin, when you watch this, next time I see him kicking your left big toe. Business, go ahead.
Yeah, but that made me just turn into really finding myself as a woman, and also now I got my dad. Because my dad, he was up running the barbershop and everything. The man around town. Then I'm thinking, oh, I'm done. You know, I finally got my little time. I can do me. And my dad gets sick. So I got to put that hat back on.
When did daddy get sick?
I had moved to Illison, so that was like 2021.
It sure was.
Like, at night.
It was before then. Because
yeah, it had to be because I had the store too.
Yeah, before, that one time I came over there during class and I said I'll never come back over there again. Baby, because you stayed on the main road and they were doing a lot.
Main road.
You were doing a lot of stuff. I'm always going to show up to an event for you because you're my girl and I love you. But baby, I got to
know it's on this street.
But on that street, across from the gas station, it's not there, but I think it's there. Baby, they was doing a lot right there.
I remember my baby what made me move out. Like, everybody go. I hope everybody goes to move out of the project. There's nothing wrong with staying in the project. I'll tell anybody I've been there before. I had to go there. I didn't have nowhere else to go. I got 3 babies and a daddy, and I got a handicap apartment. But the goal is to move out. How I knew I had to move. My son Messiah put a prayer and a cross and a baby. They used to get a baby Bibles under my bed, under my pillow, and it was kept. He messed with him. I'm like, what is this keep sticking me? He was like, because I stayed in the front.
You sure did.
And he said, if somebody get the shooting or something, it might come through my window. So he protected me. He's talking about hollering in your head, like, son, you really feel like your mother is gonna die? Like, we finna go. Like,
well, you did stay on that corner. I think that's one of the dangerous corners because it's. Hey,
we done had motorcycle wrecks. We done had car wrecks.
It's a motorcycle that's sitting out there still. I don't know. After Classic, there was a motorcycle that caught fire right there. What you mean?
We done had so many scenes. I'm like, folks would call me every time I heard something happen on 3rd. They like, girl, you okay? I'm like, we all right. We was on the floor. Every time you gotta grab your shit and go straight to the floor. Who wanna live like that? And my baby son was also in a shootout. Like, a neighbor grabbed him and pulled him in her own house. And she was like, I just remember that was your boy. I grabbed all the shit and put him in my house. I was like, oh, we got to go. But
not Chucky.
Yes, Chucky seen it all. That's why he liked it.
He is that guy.
But with daddy, it was much harder for me. You would have thought it would have been easier because I've been down the caregiver role before. But my hardest thing with even admitting him to rehab or find a facility for him, I'll never forget. He also has dementia.
Daddy had dementia?
Yes, but he can't remember what month it is, but he remember your name if he see your face. He remember phone numbers, my auntie number, Messiah number, and my number. He gonna always remember those numbers. But he called me every day, twice, because he forget the first time he called me. And he'll say, why you ain't answer your phone today? And I say, Dad, and I just, besides arguing, I just act like it's our first time talking. And they be like, and we still get my hamburger? I'm still bringing hamburger Wednesday. Okay. You know I want Burger King. I don't want that McDonald's. I don't like McDonald's no more. Okay, Daddy. Then he called back an hour later and like he ain't never talked to me. So I have to get used to that like now. But the hardest part for daddy, because you always get your dad as a strong person. Like nothing will never happen with them. And like me seeing him like decline as far as mental at that point, when I know I had to give him up, is when he started doing stuff around the house, but it was affecting my kids. He wasn't doing nothing to them, but he would. It was raining one day, and he went outside with a towel trying to wipe the rain. Somebody, the rain, it's some on his window. It was rain. Like at that point, something's not. He can't help it. He out there in the road, and his, the little shoes he used to wear with the suits, wiping the window. That's how I knew his mind was on another place. So I was like, and the boys couldn't understand it either. I was like, yeah, I gotta make a decision, but I had to do it. I don't regret it. I just wish I had the financial help where I could have paid somebody to come to my home instead of me putting him in a home. But I tell everybody, before you judge, before you try to say, well, I'll never do this to my mother, my father, whatever. Excuse me. Before you get to that point, let it happen.
I tell people all the time, it's some things that I regret ever saying, because when I went through them, they tore me to pieces. And so I'm quick to say, I don't know what I would do if I were in your situation, but me thinking right now, this is probably what I would do, because I never want to put that karma, those words, you're going to have to eat them eventually. And I've caught myself doing that a couple of times. And each time I'm like, look, like, I don't want to go through that again. You know what I mean? So that is so important.
And that's like period.
With anything.
You have to stay out of people's business, relationship. Well, I wouldn't let my daughter do this. I would let you just have to.
Baby, the same people who say what they wouldn't do with their children be the main ones over there crying and wish they would stop.
Right.
Again, going back, parenthood has no instructions.
Right.
Like, we have to remember that we came together with somebody else and we decided to have this human being. I personally, my mother would tell you, I was a great child. I had a little mouth here and there, but I was a good child. But oh gosh, that other side of that child over there in that kitchen over there, she's
sweet.
She
don't do her like that.
She got a father.
And I took up for you on this episode. We're gonna make you record it.
She got a father, okay, and he'll tell you.
Why we always do that? Oh, that's my dad.
Because he told me, and I can say it because we had a conversation. He was like, "Oh, that was me," and I'm like, "I'm so glad that you finally admit." Because I don't know
we can do that too. Because I have a father. Well, I forgot to mention I got 3 baby daddies,
and that's okay.
That's okay.
Cause who gonna check her?
Who gonna check me? Nobody.
Cause y'all got 10, and one of them don't even know, and one of them you don't even know if that's their damn baby daddy.
But we always feel like, hey man, such did this, and I be like, man, you know you be doing that. You know you be getting mad like that. That's why he don't like about the holiday. I don't like about the holiday. My son's like that. He be like, Mom, I'm not trying to be disrespectful this tone. I'm not trying to disrespect you. Can you please talk to me regular? Please, Mom. I'm trying to listen to you. Please talk to me regular. And I'm like, okay. It makes you like bring it down. Like, it's that deep to you? It really is that deep to him. So,
where do you think that comes from, though? Not like people to yell at you outside of being disrespectful as fuck.
Well, one, I was the good twin. Shout out to my brother. He got all the whippings. I got the yellings. Like, if you yell at me or tell me something once, they hurt my feelings. I don't like people to talk to me loud. So, I think that's part of me. That's why he said there's you. Because I just don't, you can talk to me regular. You can talk to me now. Even at my 40 age, a grown person, I could not say nothing back to them because I knew I would have been disrespectful back in my days. Probably would have lost my job. Probably would have just a whole bunch of probably would have. They made me so mad just 2 weeks ago. But I started crying because I couldn't yell back at them. I had to walk away and type what happened and, let somebody know, because that Hooper City Bessemer was right on, like, the little devil was right, like, saying, you ain't gonna let her talk to you like that. Like, I just can't do songs. Even in a relationship, I can't do it.
So we know that you have gone through the loss of your mother and being her caregiver. Well, being really a caregiver at a young age, like with your grandfather, then your mother, and now you're currently in that transition with your father. You're raising 3 boys, single mom of 3 boys. I was having a conversation with one of my girlfriends the other day, and I was like, "Damn, girl, we got to really schedule to be sick." Like, can't even tell you the last time I was sick and was able to sit.
I'm glad we scheduled this when we did, because I just literally started feeling better Saturday, like no calls. I had a bad cold, turned up too bad last time I saw you for my birthday. The next morning, I got up coughing like I had went through a whole something, and I had the cough and the sneeze and the sore throat all the way since then.
Yeah.
And it was sad. Like, I was like, I hope I feel better. I hope I feel better. I finally feel better.
So what do you do? I know with being a strong woman, you have to keep all these balls in the air, and sometimes it takes a toll on you mentally. So what does Net do in order for her to keep her mental? Because I'm sure at one time you was questioning, like, going on here.
First of all, Net had to learn how to start saying no.
Why was it so hard for you to say no?
I always been a yes woman in my family, in my friendships, and it's not, when I say yes woman, it's not yes woman as to like kissing somebody's, tail or like running up behind them. It's a yes woman too. I feel like you want to ask me, so I gotta say yes. Or I feel like nobody else gonna do it for you, so I gotta say yes. Or nobody else gonna come, so I gotta say yes. Like, I just feel like everything's on me.
Why?
I don't know.
Why did you feel that way?
I don't know why I took that role on for myself. I hate it. I don't know what it was mentally, but I just want to be there for people. And I had to learn that the year I changed and I started therapy and everything. I did the work. The only reason I'm not in therapy now because my therapist moved to Arizona out of all places.
If you catch this, do you do telehealth?
And he does not. I miss
so
him. He
left
a whole
man.
I went to a white man. I never thought I would lay my soul on the line. He made me cry the first 10 minutes I was in his room. I just the floodgate open. I was like, so I was scared, like, we're going out to eat. So when we going back next Wednesday around 3:00? Like, I was excited because at the time I wasn't working, so I had nothing but time to find myself. So when he left me, and it wasn't even a whole full year I was with him, but he and his little thing, I shared a little about earlier with you, in his talkings with me, the way he would ask me something, it made me think like you said, where did you get that from? Like, who taught you that? And I didn't know certain things and situations I was in when I was younger. I was taught to lie. I was taught to hide things from people, but I'm not hiding it. I'm going to tell you this. I told him, like I told everybody, I thought I didn't know nothing about being the only child. My mama asked me, this is my running joke. She asked me, she said, when I be good, why you always tired? What's going on? What you be doing? Whatever. I said, I be at my auntie house and I be tired. And she said, your auntie house? And I said, yeah. And she was like, oh, okay. So then I found out my daddy was the only child. And he don't talk to nobody in his family, on his side, on his mom's side or his dad's side. He don't talk to nobody. And I was like, Mama, yeah, my auntie, whatever. She was like, girl, your dad's the only child. And I asked my friend, I was like, what only child mean? She was like, that means he don't have no sister or brother. I was thinking this lady was a sister or brother, but she really wasn't. So, I learned from an early age, stuff that, my whole process of it. What? She's not what? But we went through that with her. We went through that. We grow. I love her to this day.
So who the hell was she?
She ended up being my stepmom.
She ended up being your stepmom?
Yeah.
He didn't want to tell you the truth about who she was?
Yeah.
Now, that's something the daddy would say.
Baby, stepmom had me going out. Because he was trying to be in both of our lives. Be in my mama's life and raise us and still do what he want to do.
That's that age.
What they called back in the day, they called that just men do what they want, whatever. But now we call they living 2 lives.
Yeah, because daddy was a Rolling Stone.
And he know it. I can talk vocally with him. Now that's the other thing. Being strong. And like I said, my dad has been through all this stuff with me or whatever, but I really get most of my strength from my dad and my mom. It's like 50-50 because my dad is the strongest cat I know. I call him a cat because, you know, he been through strokes, heart attacks, whatever. He's still living. He got 9 lives. Every time I come, like, what happened now? Then they tell me, and I say, okay, I'm on the way. And I tell them, do not tell him the symptoms. If he just had a stroke, he just had a heart attack, he just had whatever, do not tell him what he just had. Keep it between us. And they're like, okay, all right. I'm like, that's how I want it. And that's what his strength will keep both of us sane.
So you went to therapy. I'm thinking about going back to therapy. I'm thinking about going to a male this time.
I never had a female, but I would like a black woman, but I don't know. I don't know
either. I'm still talking with. I got some things going on in my head right now. I just need another perspective. And I love my therapist. We've been on and off for years. And I just feel like, and she's dope, and I highly recommend her to everyone. I do. I don't know. Sometimes I be like, I'm bored. Like, it's boring in here. Like,
she want to go to brunch with her therapist.
I want to go out to eat with my therapist.
Like, go sit on the sofa, Victoria.
I'm like, let's go get a drink.
I ain't gonna lie. I watch Love and Hip Hop. Not Love and Hip Hop. Love and Marriage Country. I know some people don't like reality TV. The therapist they got on there this weekend, they talked to Trish. He got to her in 5 minutes.
And anyways, let's focus. So what is Net doing now to keep her from feeling like she has to carry the weight of the world on her? Like, I know your boys are older. I know you have your father settled.
I don't have to carry that weight no more, though. It's like I just snapped mentally. Like, I really one day just start saying no. I started, taking better care of myself, which I'm trying to go back. That's another mental thing with weight loss and stuff. It's all mental. I want to be here for my kids. Mm-hmm. That's my whole goal. That's what I say to myself every day. I gotta stay strong, but I want to be here for my kids. My biggest fear is for my kids to bury me. So, including mental health. Not saying that I would do something to myself, but it has gotten that bad before when I'm like, they're like, girl, you gonna stress yourself out and you gonna stroke out. Like you're doing something like, just like my family had to really sit me down and do me like that. And I was like, and then I get on Facebook and see where somebody did allow themselves to stroke out, or somebody did their blood pressure, they kept making themselves sick, kept going to the hospital, and they finally snapped or they lost it. And I was like, I just gotta straighten up. So I'm just glad I got over the being a strong person part of my life. It's still hard for me to let people come in and do stuff for me or whatever. It's like an ongoing battle, even in my current relationship. Like,
and he love you down.
Thank you.
And he love you down.
I'm not used to people checking on me. I'm not used to people like saying, "Are you okay?" or like, you don't, like, he literally told me I do not have to do everything anymore. Like, let someone do something for you. And I'm like, okay. But I be saying on Facebook, it look real cute when other people do it, but I won't let it get done to myself.
But you gotta work through that, Fred. Especially if his words and his actions align and you feel that genuinely in your heart. You have to allow for him to do that. It's a friend of mine said, this guy was dealing with a couple years ago, whatever. He was like, Victoria, men like to feel wanted and needed. And the moment that we don't, the narrative becomes an issue. And so I'm saying this from past experience, friend. Yes. If the man says that you don't have to do it, and he has shown you that you don't have to do it, then just don't do it.
I'm learning to be quiet and just,
I believe that one.
Except I am, girl. I'm trying. I told you ain't like corn. And I told him the same thing. He like, man, I'm gonna see. Why you don't believe me?
I mean, and here's the thing. I believe that anybody can have growth. I really, really do. I believe that anybody can have growth. Anybody can. If you set your mind to doing something, I believe that it's truly obtainable. So if you say that you're trying, I give you kudos for that.
I'm really trying. Like, it be hard. I be telling myself, girl, just don't say nothing. Like, you're making it something that it could just be the end of. Like, just be quiet. And
I saw that at dinner for your birthday. I was like, look at her just sitting over there just being quiet. I can also feel you wanted to go ain't shit.
Baby, no, another episode, baby.
I can see
and
you.
I apologize for leaving early. Y'all left my own birthday party early. That was so. Oh God.
It's okay. God. But I felt it. But I also see the
I was
growth
happy though. I was happy to help all y'all there. I was happy that everybody showed up for me and my brother. Because, some people had a story where they invite people and only 4 people home or only one person home or only nobody home. So I was happy that even people showed up for me, period. So I never wanted nobody to take that I had an attitude that day or anything like that. Mm-hmm. But I was really trying to keep myself together. It was a lot of church need touching. Like, okay, you okay? I had to get myself together.
It's okay. Let me see if this is still going because this thing will cut off. Yeah, it's still on. All right, so we are at the end of our segment. We have learned so much about you, and I don't know what it feels like to lose a parent. So I can never tell you what you could have, should have, would have did. I almost lost my parents both back to back during COVID. My daddy is currently in the hospital for the second time with a tube in him. His gallbladder is infected, and so I can only almost empathize how you feel when it happened with your mother. Me and that man, we're not close. However, I'm the only child, so I know.
You're the only child.
I know. I don't know what I'm going to do.
I feel like the only child sometimes, but I'm not the only child.
Don't go to. So I just commend you for keeping your sanity through those transitional times, even with your daddy being in care and your mother being gone and raising 3 boys. I will never know what that feels like, but the strength that you have carried and exuded through this, I commend you.
Thank you.
Because with just my one and going to the hospital because maybe I was losing it, the fact that you never spoke and said that has been you, that is commendable of your strength, because raising 3 boys and 3 brown boys in 2025. And they're bigger, so they're already intimidated. So that's 3 strikes against them. They're brown.
One, I already got grown women trying to talk to him. That's another episode.
Yeah,
Pray for me. He's
also called a pedophile because he's
11th grader. Please.
That's also called a pedophile. He cannot consent to shit. Okay, the fuck. But with that being said, I just want to commend you for keeping your sanity and keeping going. And keep telling people no. Like my male best friend tell me all the time, babe, no is a complete sentence and you don't owe them fuck nigga shit. And I'll be like,
yeah, you gotta learn to stop explaining. Like, hey, like, no.
And he says it in such the sweetest tone. I'd be like, but he'd be like, yeah, no, it's a complete sentence. You don't owe them nothing. Is it about baby girl? If it ain't about baby girl, then fuck them people. And so with that being said, continue to tell people no, because they will tell you no. Mm-hmm. And so with that being said, what do you want to leave the people with? This is the time you can look into them. You can talk to them.
Sorry, I've been so sad. Y'all turn my face around on this.
But no, the confession. We're going to get AI.
We're going to get her.
No, we're not. No, we're not. The confessional room is meant to be a conversation, because I feel like when you have to turn and talk to the camera, it's not always authentic. You want to be polished and prim and proper. And this is not that. This is the confessional room is for you to come in to be your raw, authentic self and go from there. That's just it. So, but now you can turn to the camera if you like and tell the people something you would like to leave them with. First, what would you tell 19, 20-year-old Net? And then what would you like to leave the people with? The floor is yours.
I would tell
she right there.
I'm right there. She just said that. I would tell myself, it's okay to start over, even with school or even with life or just asking for help. It's okay to let people help you. You don't have to do everything. You don't have to do it all alone. It's okay if you're not having a bad day. It's not the end of the world. Go cry, go yell. It's okay. Like, I just can't say that enough. Like, open yourself to being vulnerable with your feelings, because that's another subject too. With me being so strong, I never really told people like everything I was going through until the end. They're like, why you didn't tell me? Why you didn't, why I didn't know this about you? And I'm like, I was just doing it. So it's okay to get help. It's okay not to be the strong person. And it's okay to say no.
Hell yeah.
You can't be for everybody. You be everything for everybody. You have nothing left for yourself.
That's good.
Nothing.
I love that. And so, what would you? So you said it all. You told you wrapped it up.
All in one.
All in one. And so that comes to the end of our episode. But I do have to always leave you with our 3 A's: acknowledge, accept, and affirm. Acknowledge the things of the past because you cannot change. There's nothing we can do. If we all would, there's an age that we would like to go back to, and we would like to change the things. But that will also change who you became today. And then you have to accept that. Again, there's nothing that you can change about it. Acknowledge the past, accept that you can't change it, and affirm yourself that you are deserving of a better and brighter future. Your past does not dictate your future. What you do today can change the trajectory of it. However, you're still in control of it. So with that being said, I want to thank you again, Antwanette.
Thank you for having me. It was so much fun.
For coming into the room. And having this conversation because there are more strong women. And I think that with us being brown, I think it's just something that's innate in us to just go ahead and fix it. Mm-hmm. And especially when you have been a fixer all your life, sometimes we don't know how to turn it off. Those acts of services that you need to be able to come, you better come step correct. Like we smell a fear in you or smell a doubt of anything in you that it's like we feel like we have to check it. But we have to let the man be the man and we have to let them lead.
We're leading. We're letting them lead.
But let them lead. Let them lead. All right, you guys. Until next time, thank you for coming in the room.
Bye.